Hey guys, so I just got back from dealing with a little bit of a conflict that came up between not a customer of mine, but the direct across the street neighbor. Um, and the point of this video is if you have a conflict, whether it's with your customers or someone else related to the job that you did, always go look at the situation and deal with it in person, okay? Dealing with something strictly over the phone, you're either going to end up inadvertently admitting guilt, or you're just not going to present a caring business owner professional image. It doesn't matter what it is. In any business that relies on service, customer service is what keeps you alive. That's what keeps your business thriving. If you've got bad customer service relations or you get a bad name put about your business, there is only one way to take care of that, and that is by correcting your customer service issues. So doing that over the phone is probably not going to be the main go-to method if the main go-to method for you conducting your business in the first place is face-to-face communication with your customers. If that makes sense at all, I don't really know how else to explain it. If you base your business off of dealing with face-to-face interaction with your customers, don't take a different approach with dealing with conflict. Go face-to-face, talk to the customer, talk to the neighbor, talk to whoever it is, and deal with that. The situation I had was Tuesday night. Today is Thursday, but Tuesday night I did a house wash, and the owner for that house had me do that particular one Tuesday night, and I have another one scheduled, his main home that he actually lives in, on Sunday, that is about a 6,000 square foot home. So basically whatever it takes to keep that job is kind of what my mentality is. But at the same time, I'm not going to admit guilt to something that I did not do. But here's the story. So basically Tuesday night, I pull up in front of the house, truck and trailer, just like I always do, park right in front of the driveway. I'm doing the whole house, I'm doing the back patio, I'm doing the, they have an extra concrete patio next to their HVAC vents on the, or HVAC units on the side of the house, and then whole front walkway, whole driveway. So park directly in front of the house, truck is in front of the driveway, same way I do every job. I get done with the house wash. It's right around 7:45. I'm wrapping up hoses. 8 o'clock, I'm in my truck. I'm getting ready to roll. I pull forward just a little bit to get around another car that was parked on the side of the road just directly in front of my truck that had been there all day. And then I had to back all the way down the street, almost 1/10 of a mile, because this street is it's a new construction neighborhood, and the cul-de-sac is not finished yet. So I have to pull forward just to get a few feet away from the curb, and then I have to back straight down all the way down the street. So it's about, I counted 7 houses. About 7 houses length in a typical subdivision that I had to go backwards. Anyways, fast forward 2 days. Today, Thursday, around noon, the owner of the house calls me. He says, hey Russ, how you doing? Typical conversation. You're still coming out on Saturday? Just making sure. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm actually calling you is my neighbor directly across the street from the house that you cleaned. He called this morning and said that he was extremely irate about you backing your trailer up into his front yard to turn around. I said, I don't really understand what you're talking about. He said, yeah, he called me and said that he can't believe that someone would have such a disregard for your personal property, and he didn't like the fact that you basically backed your trailer up through his front yard into his driveway so that you could turn around. I said, I didn't turn around, I backed all the way down the street. He said, well, keep in mind, this is just what he's telling me. Backstory, the owner of the home that I cleaned actually left halfway through the job because he doesn't live in that home. He's putting it on the market. So I finished the job solo, already been paid. Anyways, I said, well, I don't really know why he's bringing this up 2 days later. I did the job Tuesday night. It rained all day Wednesday, poured down rain, and now middle of the day on Thursday, I'm just now hearing about this. I was like, something doesn't seem right. And he offered me the phone number of the neighbor, and I said, no, I don't want the phone number. I said, I'm going to go over there. I'll be there at 5:30. I'm going to talk to him, and maybe we can work something out, try to figure out, who turned around in his yard. So I go to the house. I get there on 5:30 on the dot. The guy comes out of the garage, and before I can even get my name, hi, I'm so-and-so, he said, hey, man, I'm just wondering why you backed up in my yard. What's wrong with you? Basically kind of being a little bit confrontational. Started looking at, let's try to talk about this and see exactly what happened. I was parked here, the trucks are here, my truck is so long with my truck and trailer. There's no way I could even turn around here. Even if I did, I backed all the way down the street, explaining the whole situation. He said, well, I guess we just have a difference of opinion. He said, I don't see it like that. And I think you just need to own up to it. And I said, sir, this is not from my trailer. I said, first off, my trailer full of water is about 6,500 pounds. If I got in your front yard, it's not coming out, especially, any type of moisture whatsoever. Texas red clay topsoil, it's just not. It's going to get stuck. I said, the second thing is I have inverted U-bolts on my leaf springs. And these U-bolts, the threads and the ends of these U-bolts is about 4 inches off the asphalt anywhere that trailer is parked. I said, there's no way I could back up over a 6-inch curb and then sink 3 inches into your yard while turning around. There's no drag marks. There's just clean tire tread marks. Fresh as can be. Obviously not after a full day of pouring down rain. He kind of got quiet for a few seconds, and then he said, well, I think if I look hard enough, I can kind of see exactly what I can see these drag marks. I kind of see them. And I'm like, sir, there's no drag marks. I'm looking at the same ground you are. There's nothing here. And I said, by the way, when I left at about 8 o'clock, I had to back all the way down the street. I said 3 houses down, there was a lady in the front yard that was walking her dog. I said, if you'd like, we can walk down there and maybe talk to her and see if she saw anything. But she deliberately watched me back my trailer all the way down the road because her dog was not on a leash. And I'm sure she was a little concerned about me maybe possibly not seeing her dog. Immediate tone change. Immediate. This guy, he very abruptly ended our conversation. He said, well, I guess we just have a difference of opinion. Have a nice day. And back in the house he went. So I took a few pictures. But what I want you guys to understand is that there's always somebody in this world, if they have something that they think they can get one over on you, they're gonna attempt it. So when you're doing your jobs, pay attention to your surroundings. Ask a lot of questions to the owner about your homes. Chances are, at least in my experience, if someone calls you out, you're a legitimate business, you ask the questions, you educate the customer on the service you provide. 99% of these people in this world, they're honest people. But in this case, you have someone who either did it themselves or doesn't care enough to even find out about the truth of what happened, and they're looking for a scapegoat. And the reason I say that is I'm gonna show you these pictures. What I want you guys to notice is that the tracks in the yard have mud marks coming out into the road. Obviously, the vehicle ended up in the road. The funny thing that strikes me is there's no mud marks on the driveway between the open garage door and the actual start of the grass where the tire tracks are. The garage door is open. There's no car in the garage, at least on that side. And he just so happened to notice this sometime mid-morning today, 2 days after I was there. So take a look at these pictures, decide for yourself. I find the whole thing kind of comical because as soon as this dude realized that he was caught red-handed trying to scapegoat someone, immediate tone change, just like that. And you're never going to get something like that over the phone because you're not there. You can't see what they're talking about. So look at these pictures, decide for yourself, kind of take a learning experience from my situation, and you know, when you're right, you're right. Stand your ground, and you know, if at the same time, if you make a mistake, we're all human. Own up to it. So here it is.